Two questions. Distinguished colleagues, members of the press. It's been a very terrible day in the last few days, and it has been highly tested times. When one of our colleagues went to say that the presidency of Nigeria is operating two budgets, and this is very embarrassing. We at the 10th Senate cannot just fold our arms and be looking. This is not true. The Senate and the National Assembly approved only one Appropriation Act for 2024, and we never approved two. The presidency of Nigeria cannot operate two budgets. They can only operate within the existence of the Appropriation Act of 2024. My distinguished brother, Senator Ningi, made this false information, and it's unacceptable. It's causing uncomfortable pains to our integrity and to our children and our family. As people read this all over the world, I'll be receiving text messages from alumni of Harvard, Oxford, and Cambridge that what is happening here, did you do two budgets, and all that. So I have decided, as a senator representing the good people of Ondo South, to ask the Inspector General of Police and the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, charge Distinguished Senator Ningi for misinformation, criminal misinformation, of course, and conduct likely going to cause the breach of peace. If the Senate will not move to do that within the next 7 days, I will write a letter, and I've started that, to the Inspector General of Police to investigate circumstances leading to approval of two appropriations in 2024 and bring the culprits to book. And if the Inspector General of Police will not do it, I will ask for the order of mandamus to compel a public officer to do that which he ought to do in accordance with the law. So my information to you today is that, one, it is not true that we have two appropriations. Two, Senator Ningi must be charged to court for conduct likely going to cause breach of peace and criminal misinformation. These two are very important. The charges will be preferred by the Criminal Justice Department of the government, and of course, after thorough investigation. Because I'm a member of our Appropriation Committee, and I'm chairman of Interparliamentary Worldwide. When I go here and travel to the next United Nations Convention, the first question I will be asked is, how did you do two budgets? And you know, it will be difficult for me to begin to answer this question. I'm preparing for the World Bank in April for the spring meeting. I'm going to be asked this set of questions. So it's very important, as a matter of urgency, for the federal government to charge Senator Ningi to court for criminal misinformation as well as conduct likely going to cause breach of peace, at least for the peace of the National Assembly, the peace of our economy, and the integrity of government. Thank you. Because don't forget that the Senate President said that he met him before to make this complaint that there are two different approvals, and in fact that the budget was padded with about over 3 trillion naira. I mean, so you cannot begin to economize the statement now. The rightful thing is to have immediately tender apology to the presidency, to the Senate, his colleagues, that he embarrassed. And this is not right. You cannot go to the Senate President and complain, and while they are looking into your complaint, then you go. Hausa language is a very clear language. It doesn't go with convergence of complexities. It's not diluted or distilled into controversy. Hausa is Hausa. We've known Hausa before we were born, and it remains Hausa even after we have left. So don't hide under that. In fact, the most plain language in Nigeria, I can tell you clearly, is Hausa language. So it's strong. If you have done something that is not good, cover your eyes with shame, and then go back and then retrace your step. You cannot come. We are 109 people in the Senate, and you cannot come and destroy our integrity and reputation, and that will not be acceptable. Let me give you one single example. Journalists are more or less the most important people after God. I was getting admitted to Harvard because a journalist wrote something against me in Cambridge for my PhD. It was delayed for 4 weeks. The university have to clear it. They have to send the article to me, ask me to react to that article. I have to react. They have to look for that journalist to send my reaction to him, just to clear it. I have satisfied all requirements. I've gotten all the requirements, including interview. I was first in the interview. But to take me, the university quality control system said when they Google my name, a journalist wrote this against me as per my employee in BBI Nigeria, whatever it is, and I should explain. So when you put these two budgets or padded with 3 trillion, and you want to do anything tomorrow, maybe I want to go to the UN, you know it's not possible anymore, because they are going to Google it, it will come out, and they will say, explain. Maybe it's 15 assembly by that time. They will say, well, it happened that time. That's the end of that career. Don't frustrate my career. Don't frustrate my life. I didn't come to Senate because I want to be frustrated and get destroyed. You know, so it's what you put in the daily is very important. Don't hide under Hausa language. When has Hausa language become a controversy in Nigeria? Is it before our father were born or before now that we are living? You know, we should not use that to cover. Hausa language is even more, it's as clear as English language. So please, this is not true. You reported to the Senate that the budget was padded with 3 trillion naira. And then they are saying a committee to investigate. And you said the presidency is operating 2 budgets. Don't forget Nigeria want to go and borrow money in the international community. By the time they click, the first thing the lender will tell you is that, but you operate 2 budgets. So which one are you going to put the money borrowed from us into? Is it the one we know or the one we don't know? If we go as National Assembly, but you pass 2 budgets. Did you price one at night and the other one during the day? My point to you today is that Senator Ningi should be charged for criminal negligence, you know, misinformation, as well as conduct likely going to cause national peace of Nigeria. So these 2 charges must come. Let me tell you, it's not about anybody. If the president of the Senate decides to do nothing, no problem. I will send my letter to the IGP. If IGP decides to do nothing, I will bring a motion for Madamos, compelling a public officer to perform that job that he has to do. These charges will happen, whether you like it or not. Thank you.